Like, we started off on the right foot.
Yes.
Okay? And I'm happy about that.
Me too.
But my other foot will kick you in the ass if you come off my girl car.
You may know Lisa Vanderpump as the queen of Beverly Hills, but her story is much bigger than reality TV. She was an actress, a business leader, and an animal lover who built her empire step by step. But behind the sparkle and the luxury, there was also pain, betrayal, and the tough choice to leave the Real Housewives when she was most famous.
I will get to the bottom of this. But the most important
You might
thing
get
to
what
me-
you want by straddling your husband, but straddling me is not an option right now. Can you get
This is the full truth about Lisa Vanderpump, her rise, her empire, her heartbreak, and her legacy. Long before Beverly Hills Diamonds and reality TV reunions, Lisa Vanderpump was simply a girl from London with big dreams and even bigger determination. She stood in front of a camera at just 13 years old and got a part in the movie A Touch of Class. From that moment on, she was completely drawn to performing.
I can't find my husband. I'm going to go track him down.
Through her teenage years and into her 20s, Lisa took on parts in movies and TV shows. She appeared in The Wildcats of St. Trinian's, made guest appearances on British television, and even showed up on Baywatch Nights. She wasn't the main actress Hollywood was talking about, but she was always working and being smart with her money. Lisa said she made enough to fully support herself, something not many young actresses could do. Along with acting, she also appeared in many commercials. Those 30-second ads helped her stay financially independent and taught her one of her first lessons about hard work. Never say no to an opportunity. But Hollywood isn't kind to everyone. By the mid-1990s, Lisa realized her acting career had stopped growing. She later said that the industry gives you up before you give it up. The calls started coming less often, and roles were harder to get. Instead of chasing a career that didn't want her anymore, Lisa looked in a new direction. She had tasted success, made a name for herself, and knew she had the drive to build something much bigger. She focused on her personal life, her passions, and later an empire that would make her one of the strongest figures in reality TV history. What the world didn't know then was that the girl from London who once starred in soap operas and commercials was about to change into a global powerhouse. And it all began with a whirlwind romance that would shape her whole life. At only 21 years old, Lisa Vanderpump's life changed completely. She met Ken Todd, a successful nightclub owner who was 16 years older than her. On paper, the age gap and their different life stages should have been warning signs. But for Lisa, it was love at first sight.
Oh, get off. Stop it. For God's sake, stop it. What's wrong?
She later admitted that she had been dating someone else when she first met Ken, but the connection between them was impossible to ignore. Just a few weeks later, fate brought them together again, and this time, she didn't hold back. After only 6 weeks of dating, Ken asked her to marry him. 3 months later, they tied the knot. While friends talked quietly about how quickly it all happened, Lisa was sure that Ken was the man she wanted to spend her life with.
I told you not to come here when you've drunk.
I didn't. I
You're
didn't.
drunk now.
No, I'm not.
The way you're speaking to Lisa?
You sound very
Wait.
I'll knock you spark out.
Together, they became true partners in every way. Lisa took on the role of stepmother to Ken's son, Warren, who was only 6 years younger than she was. In the years that came after, they had 2 children of their own, their daughter, Pandora, and their adopted son, Max. Lisa often said she had always dreamed of adopting more children, but when they tried to grow their family further in England, they were rejected for being too old. Still, while many marriages in Beverly Hills were built on weak foundations, Lisa and Ken's relationship only grew stronger. She described him as someone who never put her down, always respected her opinions, and treated her as an equal partner. He would bring her to business meetings, ask for her thoughts, and involve her in every decision. By the late 1980s, they had already started building the base of their empire. They would later become well known for their wine bars, nightclubs, and restaurants. Ken had the business skills, and Lisa had the style and creative ideas. Together, they were unstoppable. The whirlwind romance that became a lifelong marriage was more than just a love story. It was the start of a dynasty. And soon, that dynasty would grow beyond family and into a business empire that would make the Vanderpump name known all around the world.
You love me.
I think it was after we got married, because I think I was so desperate to marry somebody, and then you came along. But then a couple of weeks into our honeymoon, I thought I quite liked.
By the 1990s, Lisa Vanderpump and Ken Todd were no longer just a fancy couple. They were building an empire. While most people knew Ken for his strong business skills, what truly made their project special was Lisa's attention to detail. Every restaurant, every club, and every bar they opened carried her personal touch. From the menus to the decorations, even the flowers on the tables. They began in London, opening a series of popular wine bars and nightclubs. Each one became a hot spot, attracting crowds with its fun energy and style. Lisa wasn't just decorating, she was creating an experience. She later said that beauty and design were her obsession, and she loved building spaces where people didn't just eat or drink. They felt like they had stepped into another world. The couple eventually expanded to the United States, bringing their vision of glamour and luxury across the ocean. Los Angeles became the perfect place for their brand of classy nightlife. Over time, they opened more than 30 restaurants, clubs, and bars. Some were small and served locals, while others turned into famous destinations. Their most prized spots included Sur, Villa Blanca, Pump, and eventually Tom Tom. Each place showed Lisa's trademark style. Chandeliers, pink details, flowers everywhere, and an elegant but welcoming feel. Celebrities and influencers came to these restaurants not just for the food, but for the beautiful atmosphere Lisa created. She often reminded people that she wasn't just a face on the brand, she worked side by side with Ken, making sure every detail was perfect. She once said she could never put her name on something unless it truly showed her vision. That kind of dedication and care made their venue stand out in a city full of competition. But their empire wasn't only about money. Lisa and Ken used their businesses to build a sense of community. Their staff often felt like family, and regular customers felt like they were part of something special, not just another restaurant. This feeling of connection would later inspire Bravo to create a spin-off all about the young servers at Sur, a little show that would become Vanderpump Rules.
What?
That Tom Zanderville had Raquel over when Ariana's away.
By the end of the 2000s, the Vanderpump Todd empire wasn't just doing well, it was legendary. They had created a full lifestyle brand before that idea even became trendy. And while Lisa loved running their businesses, she was about to step into something she never expected: reality TV fame. It was a move that would make her a household name, but also expose her to drama and controversy like she had never experienced before. By 2010, Lisa Vanderpump had already accomplished more than most people could dream of. She was a successful businesswoman, a wife, a mother, and the owner of a growing restaurant empire. But Bravo had different plans for her, plans that would turn her into one of the most famous housewives ever. When producers first asked Lisa to join the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, she wasn't sure about it. She later admitted that she didn't think she had enough drama in her life to make good TV. She wasn't the type to share personal problems publicly, and she knew reality TV could get chaotic. But after some convincing, she agreed. And her life completely changed. From the very first season, Lisa stood out. She wasn't just another housewife showing off her closet or her cars. She was funny, clever, and full of quick one-liners that made fans laugh out loud. She also had something most of the others didn't: her restaurants. Her businesses gave her a real identity beyond Beverly Hills shopping trips, and viewers loved getting a look inside her glamorous world behind the scenes.
Are you well? I'm well. The kids are well.
Yeah, everything's going on. Kind of
Babies are
puts
well.
things in perspective.
Oh.
Well, that wig didn't get pulled from the back, did it? Because I might give it a tug later. I think it would be well.
Lisa quickly became the queen bee of the group. She had charm, she had humor, and she always seemed to be one step ahead of the drama. Whether she was calling out someone's hypocrisy with a sly smile or making a sarcastic comment that left everyone speechless, Lisa owned her diamond from the very beginning. Her fame grew even more when Bravo launched Vanderpump Rules in 2013. The spin-off focused on the young and messy staff at her restaurant, Sur, with Lisa as the stylish but strict boss trying to keep them under control. The show was emotional, dramatic, and gave Lisa even more time on screen to strengthen her image as Bravo royalty.
Arlo, that's actually a ridiculous stance to start saying Sandoval's a dangerous person.
For a while, it seemed like Lisa could do no wrong. She had the fans, the businesses, the spin-off, and the image of being the ultimate Beverly Hills matriarch. She was glamorous but down-to-earth, funny but firm, and carried a confidence that made her look untouchable. But in the world of reality TV, being at the top often makes you a target. Behind all the laughter and luxury, cracks were beginning to show. Other housewives started whispering that Lisa was too strategic, too controlling, and maybe even manipulative. As the seasons went on, those quiet whispers turned into loud accusations.
Come.
Okay, well, I was just coming to apologize, so.
Oh, you can stay there. We've got more to talk about.
What more? You hate me, Lisa. You hate me.
You know what? You're not important enough to hate. Sit down.
Lisa Vanderpump had become the star of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. But with great power often comes jealousy, betrayal, and eventually scandal. And soon, Lisa's perfect crown was about to slip. For the first few years, Lisa ruled as the Queen of Beverly Hills. But by the middle seasons of The Real Housewives, that crown began to feel heavy. The woman who once seemed untouchable was suddenly caught in the middle of accusations, fights, and deep personal pain. The rumors started with claims of manipulation. Other cast members began saying that Lisa wasn't just giving clever interviews. She was secretly controlling things behind the scenes. More than one housewife accused her of spreading stories, creating drama, and then stepping back to look innocent. On camera, Lisa laughed it off, denying that she was the so-called puppet master. But fans started to wonder if there might be some truth behind the gossip. The feud with Yolanda Hadid only made things worse. When Lisa questioned Yolanda's Lyme disease diagnosis, viewers were shocked. To many, it seemed heartless, an attack on a woman already struggling with her health. Though Lisa later said she never meant to hurt anyone, the damage was already done. For the first time, her image as the classy and reasonable voice of the group began to crack.
I understand what's wrong with her. I don't know if it is Lyme disease, but I'm not criticizing her. I'm just questioning it.
Dorit adopted Lucy from our foundation, and then the puppy ended up in a shelter.
Then came the fights with Kyle Richards and Dorit Kemsley. Once her closest friends, both women accused Lisa of stirring up trouble for her own benefit. Arguments about loyalty, gossip, and storylines became a regular thing. Every season, Lisa seemed to be in the middle of the chaos. And while drama keeps the housewives alive, fans began asking a risky question. Was Lisa creating the drama just to stay in control? Off-screen, things were even harder. In 2018, Lisa's world fell apart when her brother Mark sadly died by suicide. She later admitted that the loss left her completely drained. Behind the diamonds and the humor, Lisa was deeply hurting. She turned to antidepressants, therapy, and her family to help her cope, but the pain was hard to hide. And yet Bravo kept filming. Just 2 days after her brother's funeral, the cameras were rolling again for a new season of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Lisa later said she wasn't in the right state of mind. What fans saw on TV was a woman grieving, closed off, and more vulnerable than ever before. Her sadness mixed with the cast drama, and soon Lisa was facing more criticism than she ever had. Some people accused her of hiding behind her businesses and spin-offs, while others claimed she refused to take responsibility for her part in the group's problems. What once seemed like playful teasing now looked like cold manipulation. By 2018, the cracks were clear for everyone to see. Lisa Vanderpump was no longer just the witty queen of Beverly Hills. She was at the center of suspicion, heartbreak, and controversy. And the pressure was building to a breaking point. The woman who once seemed unshakable was about to face her darkest season yet. And when the scandal came, it wouldn't just cost her friendships, it would cost her crown. By 2018, Lisa Vanderpump's cracks had turned into deep breaks. Grief over her brother's death had left her emotionally raw. But the Housewives cameras don't stop for pain. Season 9 of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills started filming just days after his funeral, and Lisa entered the season in the hardest time of her life. That was the year of the scandal fans still call Puppygate. It started when Dorit Kemsley adopted a dog from Vanderpump Dogs. When the dog ended up in a shelter, the story exploded in the tabloids. Lisa was soon accused of leaking the story herself to embarrass Dorit and stir drama for the show. She denied it, but her castmates didn't believe her. For the first time, almost every housewife turned against her. Kyle Richards, her longtime friend, confronted her at Villa Rosa, and their fight ended their 10-year friendship. Erica, Dorit, Teddy, and Kyle all sided against her. The whispers about Lisa being a puppet master became loud accusations. Some fans thought she was being unfairly attacked, while others believed it was karma. Her image began to change, and things got worse when she skipped the reunion. Soon after, Lisa quit The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills after 9 seasons, saying it had become too negative. But everyone knew the grief and scandals had become too much. The once untouchable Queen of Beverly Hills walked away, and it felt like the end of an era. However, her story didn't end there. Bravo still had Vanderpump Rules, her spin-off show about the staff at her restaurant, Sir. Lisa was the glamorous but strict boss keeping her wild employees in line. The show became a huge hit and made her even more powerful. But in 2020, Vanderpump Rules faced a major scandal when old racist actions by cast members like Stassi, Kristen, Max, and Brett resurfaced. Bravo fired them all, and Lisa supported the decision, though some fans said she was too soft on them. Despite the controversy, the show continued, proving her empire could survive. By 2020, Lisa had lost her Housewives crown and faced backlash on all sides. But she didn't disappear. Her journey, from actress to businesswoman, from Beverly Hills queen to survivor, showed her strength. She may have lost her diamond, but in the eyes of fans, she never lost her crown. Love her or hate her, Lisa Vanderpump's legacy will outlast every scandal.